everyone. This book here is dedicated to Roma, so I hope you enjoy this one, Roma. It's My Dad Thinks He's Funny, and it's been written by Katrina Germain and illustrated by Tom Gillette. My dad thinks he's funny. My dad thinks he's funny. My dad thinks he's funny. Whenever I say, I'm hungry, Dad says, hello, hungry, pleased to meet you. Whenever I put lots of sauce on my plate, Dad says, would you like some dinner with that? Sauce. And whenever we're about to cut up a cake for dessert, Dad says, well, there's my piece. What's everyone else having? The eye roll. My dad thinks he's funny. When I say, Dad, do you know what? He says, I don't know what, but I know his brother. And when I say, Dad, I don't know how, he says, I know how, he's what's brother. And when I say, Dad, I don't want to, he says, okay then, do you want 3? My dad thinks he's funny. When I tell my dad my finger hurts, he says, let's chop it off. When I tell my dad my foot hurts, he says, no problem, you've got another one. And when I tell Dad I think there's something in my eye, he says, yeah, an eyeball. My dad thinks he's funny. If anyone asks, how are you going? Dad says, bye bus. If I fall over, Dad says, welcome home, how was your trip? And if anyone asks, what's up? Dad says, just the sky. My dad thinks he's funny. When people say, how are you feeling? Dad says, with my hands. And when people say, would you like sugar? Dad says, I'm sweet enough. And when Dad says, time for a special announcement, we leave the room fast before it really starts to smell. My dad thinks he's funny. Sometimes Dad stands in front of the television. Dad, I say, I can't see. Well, open your eyes, he says. My dad thinks he's funny. Whenever I go swimming, Dad says, try not to get wet. Whenever I go shopping, Dad says, buy me some money. And whenever I go to the toilet, Dad says, don't get lost. My dad thinks he's funny. When Mum says, I'm not sure when I'll be home, I'll give you a ring, Dad says, make sure it has diamonds. And when Mum says, I'm just going to jump in the shower, Dad says, that sounds dangerous. When Mum says the neighbour's garden is looking pretty, Dad says, yeah, pretty strange. My dad thinks he's funny. My dad thinks he's funny. At bedtime, when I ask Dad if I can stay up late, he says, "Not now, but you can yesterday." At bedtime, when I ask Dad for a hand, he says, "Which one do you want, right or left?" And then at bedtime, when Mum says to me, "Come and give me a kiss, gorgeous," Dad says, "I'll be right there." My dad thinks he's funny. "Good night," I say when Dad tucks me in. "Good morning," Dad says. Then he pulls the covers over my head, kisses my feet, and turns on the light. My dad thinks he's funny. I hope you enjoyed that one, Roma. My dad thinks he's funny. Does your dad think he's funny too?